Cumbria's sourdough specialist Lovingly Artisan has been named the best artisan bakery in Britain for the third year running. Run by husband and wife team Aidan Monks and Catherine Connor, the bakery claimed the top spot of the Baker's Dozen 2025, a list which details the top 13 artisan bakeries in Britain, as voted for by industry experts. More than 100 specialists from artisan bakers to suppliers, consultants and lecturers were handpicked by British Baker to vote for their favourite artisan bakeries. As Lovingly Artisan triumphantly remains in the number one spot, there are several new entrants in the top 13, including Lannan in Edinburgh and Gorse in Cornwall. The Baker's Dozen was revealed on Tuesday, 28th of January, at the third ever meeting of the Artisan Collective, which was sponsored by Craggs & Co. The event is an initiative created by British Baker to celebrate artisan bakeries and the people behind them, whilst offering a platform to facilitate conversations and share skills. Each of the 13 bakeries on the list has been recognised by industry experts and their peers as a beacon of dedication, passion and skill, as demonstrated through lovingly handcrafted products and by the people who make them. It's wonderful to see such a diverse range of bakeries nominated with their locations spanning the length and breadth of Britain, from Cornwall to Edinburgh, Cardiff to Birmingham, and Surrey in London. What this means is that communities across the nation have the opportunity to support their local bakeries and treat themselves to some fantastic baked goods in the process. An artisan bakery is where baked goods such as sourdough, bread buns, pastries, and cakes, and more are made by skilled bakers by hand, often utilising longer and more traditional processes. Quality of ingredients and the end products are high on the agenda, and as a result, artisan bakeries typically only have a handful of sites. Here is the full list. So in number 13th place is Fortitude Bakehouse in London, famed for its beignets, which frequently cause a queue at 11 a.m. When they appear on the counter, Fortitude has cemented itself as a must-visit destination on the London bakery scene. It serves a wide range of buns, bakes and coffee, with a frequently changing menu to embrace seasonal and on-trend flavours. Sweet flavours dominate with the likes of a roast apple with cinnamon cream and toffee ganache beignet, rhubarb custard and cream Danish, and cinnamon buns available recently, although savoury items such as the butternut squash, zithra, and fried sage leaf Danish also make an appearance. Visitors to its shop in Bloomsbury can see some of the production in action, even more so if they walk a few metres down the road to its baking space, which was opened in 2024. In number 12 is Bread Ahead, based in London. Founded by Matthew Jones a decade ago, London's Bread Ahead is renowned in the bakery world for its deep-filled donuts and golden sourdough loaves, which draw in crowds across its 5 sites in the capital. Some may happen to wander in them randomly, but many are lured in by its reputation or thanks to its engaging social media content, which is still headed up by Jones. Bread Ahead is all about giving people good, honest food, according to the founder. An ethos the bakery is also hoping to impart by giving people the skills to make it for themselves, thanks to its bakery school. In number 11 is Haxby Bakehouse, based in York. Haxby Bakehouse and Delicatessen has been supplying baked goods to retail and wholesalers in Haxby and beyond since 2008. Founded by husband and wife team Phil and Tina Clayton, it specialises in traditional artisan bread and pastries, with the likes of craffins, deep-filled sandwiches and dark-crusted sourdoughs, made with locally grown grains, gracing the menu. One thing Clayton was clear about from the beginning was that he was going to bake the traditional way, using a slow fermentation and no artificial flour improvers, preservatives or emulsifiers, values the bakery maintains to this day. In number 10 is Gorse, based in Cornwall. Co-owners Nat Galliano Hale and Anna Gerrans started Gorse in 2021, producing sourdough loaves from Business Park on the outskirts of Newquay for cafes and restaurants around Cornwall. With business blooming in 2023, the duo moved to a new site in Lantigue. The bakery is opened every week on Tuesday to Sunday, with a regular changing menu of donuts, cinnamon buns, croissants, sourdough and baguettes. Gorse is dedicated to sourcing local ingredients and produce that go into creating top quality products. Recent highlights include a coffee cream Danish with a dark chocolate crumb, raspberry bostock and raisin smoked tea and caraway bread. In number 9 is Pettigrew Bakeries, based in Pettigrew Bakeries has 3 sites across Cardiff, all representing different sides of the city and different types of locations: Castle Arcade, Roath and Victoria Park. It is founder David Messure's understanding of each and his ability to adapt with different models for these locations and customers that has seen the business thrive. Staff at all sites are welcoming and knowledgeable, with visitors to Roath able to see the bread making in action, while those heading to Victoria Park can sample its exclusive patisserie range at weekends. Sourdoughs are made with organic flour over a 72-hour process, while Pettigrew uses traditional yeasted methods to create products like demi-brioche, focaccia, honey oat spelt bread, and more. It's also proud of its pastries, including the creme brulee croissant, mocha cacao croissant, and pistachio and cardamom cruffin. In number 8 is Farrow, based in Bristol. Having first made it to the Baker's Dozen in 2024, Farrow remains on the list for 2025. Located in Brunswick Square, the independent bakery and city mill has a focus on flavour and an eye for detail, serving up what it describes as seasonally delicious, well-sourced bread and pastries, alongside a well-made cup of coffee. Freshly milled flour is at the core of its bread, with the bakery milling its own to preserve the full flavour, nutrition and unique character of the crops it works with, which make soil healthy a priority. The grains also find their way into the bakery's sweet offering, like the Medovic cake with einkorn sponge or the roast apricot and panela galette made with einkorn and YQ wheat. In number 7 is Levain and Cherry, based in Birmingham. Levain and Cherry is an independent artisan bakery with 2 sites in South Birmingham that specialises in French breads, baguettes and pastries with added twists from around the world. As the name suggests, the majority of the bakery's produce is made with Levain, and it only uses French organic flours from Moulin Viron, a family flour mill located just outside of Paris. Visitors to the bakery, which is open Wednesday to Saturday, are able to see the bread-making process firsthand before sampling the likes of sourdough focaccia, dark rice sourdough, cinnamon buns, and mock and cheddar swells. In number 6 is Bread Sauce, based in Norfolk. Bread Sauce, which remains on the list for 2025, describes itself as ferociously passionate about every single detail involved in crafting each loaf of bread, from the sourcing of the grain to working with farmers, milling the flour, and the numerous processes of developing the perfect dough. Established in 2012, the business now has 7 stores, including its production bakery, which is open to the public. In addition to bread, buns, pastries, and sandwiches, they are available as bread sauce bakers look to craft products that fill people up, make them smell, and fuel them for the day. Highlights include raspberry swirls, cardamom and cinnamon buns, seed-covered rye loaves, naturally leavened spelt, sourdough, and ciabatta. In 5th place is Arome, based in London. Arome has climbed 6 places in the Baker's Dozen since last year, from its 2 sites in London in Covent Garden and on Duke Street. It serves up beautiful baked goods which meld age-old French methodologies with Asian ingredients thanks to its founders, French-born patissier Alex Andre and Singaporean restaurateur Ellen Chu. Notable examples of this include the honey butter toast made from the bakery's soft and fluffy chocopan, miso bacon escargot pastry, apple miso Danish, and hot dog and cheese croissant with Japanese barbecue sauce. In 4th position is Pollen, based in Manchester. Sourdough and viennoiserie bakery Pollen is another climber, gaining 8 places on the Baker's Dozen from last year. Having been in business since 2016, it operates 2 sites in Manchester, one in campus and the other next to Ancoats Marina. Both sites have plentiful seating, offering visitors the opportunity to sample the breakfast and brunch menus, featuring savoury bacon buns, apple French toast, kimchi grilled cheese, and house sandwiches made on Pollen's focaccia, as well as the seasonal specials. It also supplies many restaurants, bars, and cafes with its products. In number 3 is Lannon, based in Edinburgh. Pistachio, tonka, and white chocolate pan suisse, Jerusalem d'artichoke dauphinoise, tête de moine, and pickled trompette de la morte, and rhubarb and custard tarts are among the items you may find on the menu at Lannon. A brand new entry for the 2025 Baker's Dozen, owned by Darcy Maher, Lannon can be found at Hamilton Place and is recognisable from its signature croissant motif. Open from Thursdays to Sundays, queues are to be expected from the bakery, noting that pastries don't tend to last beyond 10 a.m. Products change from week to week as Lannon embraces seasonal flavours. In number 2 position is Northern Rye, based in Newcastle upon Tyne. Northern Rye has made progress over the last year. Not only has it climbed another 2 places on the Baker's Dozen, making the podium for the first time, but it has also moved to a larger production bakery and opened a new shop in North Shields. Another site in Harbour House is also on the agenda for the near future, which will take the total to 3. The bakery, founded by Robbie Livingston in 2017, now has more production space, allowing it to extend its range, which includes best-selling country sourdough, baguettes, almond croissants, cinnamon buns, cruffins, and pecan swirls, into the likes of pre-order celebration cakes and tarts, and a wider bread offering. And in number 1 position is Lovingly Artisan, based in Cumbria. Headed up by husband and wife team Aidan Monks and Catherine Connor, this independent bakery based near Kendal on the edge of the Lake District prides itself on its use of slow fermentation and organic precious flours to make loaves full of flavour and nourishment. It also holds the belief that bread is worthy of being at the centre of the table, providing bakeries are producing bread which belongs there. As such, it embraces premium organic and stone-ground flours using wheat, rye, barley, and ancient grains such as spelt, enmer, and lencorn to produce its loaves, with malted barley, sourdough, Northumberland rye, Danish rugbrod, and ancient emmer and kombucha among the lineup. Lovingly Artisan doesn't rest on its laurels, despite having taken the #1 spot at the Baker's Dozen for the 3rd year in a row, and Monks claiming the coveted Baker of the Year title at the 2024 British Industry Awards. Over the past year, the business has thrived, driven by the duo and their dedicated team, to open a new site in Burnside, up the road from its existing